Today's the 23rd-ish, and this is a follow-up on something that I started last September, and I did make a video on this. And this is blowing me away, what I'm seeing out here. All right, this is a small field that I have, and if you remember from the last video about this field, I had a group of calves up there. There's a pen up there that adjoins this, and there's water there, and when we have young animals, they're close and we can take care of them. Those calves now are behind me. They're in with the cows, right? And they're old enough to be, you know, they know what to do now. Okay, they're not just yearlings or weanlings anymore. So this field, last September, I planted it in rye, and rye is some of the greatest stuff. It's really cheap. A bag of rye is about 12 bucks, 50 something pounds. And I planted this field with, I don't know, 5 pounds maybe. I was pretty liberal about it, and then I just pulled a harrow over it basically. I didn't really work on it very hard, and I got a nice stand out of it in September, right? All I was going for was just a ground cover to go into the winter with. And rye will not kill in the winter. It will not winter kill, even in northern Michigan. But I got a great stand of it in September, and I had calves up there, so I let them in. I figured, well, it's going to snow in a week or so, so I'll just let them in here. That would have been late November, maybe December. Well, we didn't get snow for quite a while, and they chewed this off down to nothing. You know, I thought, well, great, I've killed it. You know, I've killed a lot of it off. And I haven't paid much attention to it. As a matter of fact, I came out here the other day with a tiller, and I did these strips. Okay, so there's 3 strips like this, and my plan was to put, I'm going to try my hand at growing sun hemp this year. And so I thought I would do it in here. I thought it'd be a nice mix if the hemp comes up, because it grows like 12 feet high, and then you can start knocking limbs off of it, and the animals will eat that. I don't know if the cows will eat it, but we'll see. But the cows will definitely eat this stuff. And if you look at this rye, it has just gone crazy growing. I even have some over here that's headed out. All right? So this is what I mean by headed out. Okay? You can see the little grains on there. That's about as much grain as a cow is supposed to have. You're really not supposed to give cows grain. People would argue with me on that, but if they were in the wild, that's about all the grain they would get. That grain actually makes them sick. So this is going to be really good. I'm not going to do it tonight, because when you put cows on new fields, things happen at night. Especially when they're over there now, and all they have is dry hay from last summer. And you may be asking me, why haven't you put them out by now? Because I have a lot of grazing area on this property. The reason is because we've been getting a lot of heavy rain. And if you put them out on your grazing fields, when it's wet, then you're in mud, and then you're destroying plant life. And I had plenty of hay. They kind of don't know the difference. And so tomorrow I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to let them in. I have a gate right here, and they can be in here until they graze this off to about 2 or 3 inches. And how we intentionally will set up a temporary fence in a paddock that is hard fenced all the way around. And the reason for that is the younger calves, they've not experienced electric fence yet going on. But they'll walk over to it, and the temporary fence is made out of polyvinyl chloride is what it is, and it has a smell to it, you know, like a PVC pipe. And it also has a filament in it. So it has that smell, and the calves go over to it, and it's either that they smell or the electricity that pulses through it. I'm not really sure. But they walk right over to it, and they stick their nose out, and bing, they get it. There's a little spark that will go right from the fence, right to their nose, and they are highly offended by that. And once that happens, generally, it doesn't happen again. They just don't like it that much. And I can relate. I can relate, because I've gotten shocked too, and I hate it. So, stay tuned. I know I've been kind of lackadaisical about my videos lately. It's not that I am not rocking here and getting things ready for spring. I am. We've just had some other things going on, and it has been really rainy, windy, and cold. It was all day today up until about 5 o'clock, and then it cleared off. It's still a little cool, but we got a lot of sun, and stuff is just breaking loose. We'll be showing you letting the cows in on this new green stuff, and you get to see the way they act. I mean, it's really profound the way that they treat green grass. It's just, they go crazy for it. And I'm going to talk a little bit. Well, I guess I'll tell you now. I'm still going to allow them to come back to that field, and their water is up there, but there's other water sources out where they're going to be. But I have to milk Moonlight every morning, so I'm going to keep them trained to come back up here at night. So we'll chase them up here at night, and I will keep hay out here for them. When they eat a lot of this green stuff, they're going to get the scoots, and we want to try and balance that out if we can, by having some nice dry hay up there for them to balance it out, and they'll do it. A friend of mine told me that what you can do is you can put out a bale of straw, believe it or not, and when they have just too much, I don't know what you call it, it'd be like a grass smoothie in their belly. Their bellies are upset, and they will eat straw in order to balance that out. So we'll show that tomorrow, and I think that'll be kind of informative. I've got a few other things on the docket that I want to get out there as well. So, hey, this is Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.